Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we have episode 3 of the Grin Mower Discovery Voyage. Okay, so it's absolutely stunning day today. It's super hot. Absolutely the wrong time to be wearing a black t-shirt, but nevertheless we're here now, we've got the job done. I've been out with the Grin Mower today and I've experimented with the speed and the height. And also the length of the grass, obviously, because that varies over the lawn, but you should be able to see that in the photographs and the footage. Okay, so this is genuine mowing. It's all real time. It's only edited to make it more palatable for you guys to watch. There's no smoke and mirrors, there's no cheating, there's no fluffing for YouTube, okay? This is real life. It's a scorching hot day, as I've already said. It is bloody boiling hot. So it is nice and dry. However, when I did mow it this morning, it was much more dewy. There was a bit of a moistness about the grass, and that's actually quite evident in some of the swath that I did see. So how I started off was, I was on the lowest setting, so that wasn't in position 1 of the clicker, it was actually on its belly setting. I started off in speed 1 because I thought it's only fair to go slowly to allow it to have a chance to mulch up the grass, because it was quite thick and it was a little bit damp and dewy this morning. But as you'll see in the footage, I did stop after a very short time, maybe just one strip or something, because I noticed straight away that it was actually, it wasn't giving a brilliant finish, and I just thought, well, okay, let's just see what happens if I change it up slightly. So I lifted it up to position 1, so click 1, and then I changed the speed to position 2. Now this was interesting, and this is where I'm going to do science. Not really. I put it into position, speed position 2, which is obviously quicker, so it's going to be taking in the grass quicker. But what it will also mean is that it's going to be distributing the grass quicker. And this is my working theory. When I was in position 1 on the belly scraper, I could see swath and it wasn't clearing quite as well as I hoped it might. But I wanted to give it a fair trial. So I moved it up into position 2 on the speed, and I left it on, I actually moved it up to click 1 on the height. So therefore we were slightly higher marginally, and we were moving much quicker, albeit a little bit slow. What I discovered was quite interesting. So swath was better distributed, and you didn't see it anywhere near as much, if at all, on position 2 on click 1, rather than on speed 1 belly scraping. So that extra little bit of height gave it that bit of breathing space, and the extra speed helped, in my opinion, distribute the swath over a large area of ground. Therefore you didn't see it as much, and it wasn't as concentrated because it was clagging otherwise. Now when I say clagging, nothing at all, as you'll see a bit later when I show you the belly of the beast, absolutely nothing stuck to the underside of it. Okay, so if you're going to cut a very short clipped lawn that's already nice and flat, you'll have no problem at all having it belly scraping like I have done in part 1 and so on. Absolutely great finish, no complaints there. But what I have noticed is that if you belly scrape on a lawn that is quite thick, or it's got you know, a heavy matting of grass, then you do actually probably need to give it that little bit of extra height. Now I'm not Adrian Newey of the lawnmower world, however I'm guessing that the airflow that needs to circle and enter the machine under the deck probably just needs that extra little bit of space between the grass and the soil and the bottom side of the deck to allow it to work its magic and circulate and create the aero drafts underneath to allow it to mulch up and then pulverize it and throw it back down again. Okay, so here's the finished product, and I think you'll all agree it's actually pretty damn good. There was no real swath, there was no fluffing, there was no nonsense, no BS. This is genuine, this is real. I've not made it up and, you know, tried to smoke and mirror you. This is how it happened. I had a message from Anti-Ockman 822 overnight. He left a message in the comments after watching part 2. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your message. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll have a chat, and then you can ask me whatever you like. So here's the answer. Okay, so very last minute, I decided to throw the mower into a verge just to give you an absolute 100%. This is what happens if you just hoof your brand new £2,500 mower into a long verge. On the highest height setting, it has to be, because the grass is ridiculously long, and it's on speed 1, the slow speed, because it just would have been completely unfair to put it into speed 2. This is what happened. Anyone with a nervous disposition who doesn't like cruelty to mowers, look away now. Okay, so that was pretty brutal, which does actually bring me onto something that does frustrate me somewhat about the mower. It needs a clutch. Ideally, you need to be able to go up your embankments or wherever, even if you're transporting it from A to B, you need to be able to have it running and still have it in drive so you can self-propel it along. It's really annoying that you have to turn it off completely and have no extra assistance. So the self-propelled nature of the mower is completely negated when it turns off because it's not running anymore. If you could release the red handle, you know, the mouth breather handle, safety handle, for when you fall over and it rolls down the embankment and lands on top of you and chops your head off. If you could have that just disengage and the engine still run, so therefore the self-propulsion still could be engaged to help you move the mower, that would be really useful. I did struggle actually in part 2 up and down the embankments, and I forgot to mention it. Try to shift the mower back off the embankment once you had turned it off, because it gets stuck in all the little nooks and crannies and holes in the ground and so on, and you could just do with that extra little bit of propulsion to get you out of that trouble, but you have to manhandle it out of whatever situation you find yourself in. So a clutch would just be so useful. Okay, so if you've got any theories or any ideas or experience about this, pop them in the comments and we'll have a chat about it. Jesus Christ, it's hot.